How's it going, guys? Mike here, and today we're gonna start a new type of videos. If you guys couldn't tell already by the title, this is a game goes by the name of League of Legends, and I'll give you a little background of what the game actually is. It's a Dota clone. Dota stands for Defense of the Ancients, and that was one of the most, if not the most, popular Warcraft III custom game. Dota ran off the Warcraft III engine, and it was an amazing game. I played it for years, and me and my friends, we put teams together and we tried to play competitively, and it was a blast, I must say. But Dota limited you. Limited you to the Warcraft 3 engine, so it couldn't do everything, and that is when Riot Games went into development for League of Legends. And the Riot team is made up of many of the makers of Dota, so they knew what they were doing when they were getting into it, and I must say they created an awesome game. I'll give you a little background on what's going on in this game right now. Like the way it goes is, instead of picking a hero when the game starts, like in Dota, you pick like your loadout. I'm gonna kind of say, like in Call of Duty, you choose your champion. They're called champions in this game, not heroes. So if you hear me say heroes, that's why. But so you choose your champion, and you choose 2 summoner spells. And summoner spells, you can see on the bottom right of my little cast bar. In the center of the screen, we have that purple skill and that yellow skill. And that's Flash is the yellow skill, which lets you teleport a certain distance, and Teleport, which lets you teleport to any minion or unit on the map. And so you can pick 2 of those. There are, I think, 9 or 10 to choose from. They range to giving mana to yourself, or giving yourself health, or damaging the target, or damaging a minion, and stuff like that. But with those spells, you also have your champion spells. And you have 4 champion spells, 3 normal ones, and an ultimate. Ultimate you get every 6 levels, so there's 3 ranks, and for all the other ones, there's 5 ranks. So if you do the math, the max level is 18. And the goal is to get to level 18 as fast as you can, by staying next to enemy creeps that die. Any enemy creep that dies, you get experience, and any hero you kill, you get a lot more experience. And the object is to level up, get items for your hero or champion, and ultimately destroy the other team's base. Which, if you can look at the top right of the mini map, which is on the bottom right of the screen, there's a little purple circle in the center of the top right, and that's the enemy's base that you're trying to destroy. In order to get to the base, you have to push these 3 lanes. And if you can tell, there's a lane that goes from the bottom and then up the right side. There's a lane that crosses diagonally through the middle, and there's a lane that goes from the left and the up on the top side. And each lane has 2 towers. And these towers, as you can see, I'm standing next to one right now. They do a significant amount of damage, much more than they do in Dota. And the object is to push a lane with your team and take out these towers as fast as possible. It's different because in this game, it's less about ganking heroes, less about killing heroes, and more about pushing. A team could have 50 kills over the other team and still lose the game because no one pushed the lane. So that's a little tip for you guys. Push the lane as fast as you can, but also try to keep yourselves alive and hopefully kill some heroes or champions what is it called? While you're progressing through the lane. So each lane has 2 towers, and then when you get to the base, each base lane has their own tower, and then behind the tower there are these things called inhibitors. And if you've played Dota, inhibitors are the racks, as Dota terminology. When you destroy the inhibitor, your team will now produce what they call super minions in that lane. And there are these big guys who come out either with hammers or like they're in like mechanic things, and they have like 5 times the amount of HP as a normal creep or minion, and they deal like hero damage. They hit pretty hard, and your goal is to destroy all the inhibitors, so your creeps can push each lane, and you won't have to worry about it as much, and take out the towers. So that's a little background on the game. So let me get you into this gameplay a little bit. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but the hero I'm playing is GankPlank, and GankPlank is a pirate hero, and he's melee range, but his skills, he has Parlay, I'm pretty sure I think is the name of the skill. I forget the name off the top of my head, but that shoots his gun, and it deals a significant amount of damage. As you can see, I'm shooting it to last hit the minions so that I get the gold for them. Your object is you want to last hit the minion as much as you can, but the cool thing with GankPlank is if you get the last hit and kill the actual target, you get extra gold. And if you can see right here, I keep going back and forth between the heroes so that I can use my ultimate, that's my ultimate right there, and I'm so upset that it didn't kill him. What my ultimate does is I can target anywhere on the map, and for 8 seconds it'll shoot cannonballs, and the cannonballs, they deal like 140 damage per cannonball at rank 1, and they slow your target by like 40%, I think it is. So in group fights, it's what makes GankPlank GankPlank. I mean, he's such a great hero, and there are so many builds to him, and I'll get into builds as the video goes along. But so yeah, as I was talking about my skills, it's my gun that you shoot. The second skill you get, it's called Remove Scurry, and GankPlank has this self buff on him called Scurry, and it does nothing, it just sits there. But when you use the skill Remove Scurry, it heals him and also removes any crowd control, like any stun or any slow or any fear or anything. And it comes in so much of handy, like if you're trying to escape someone or you're trying to chase someone and they slow you, and it heals you quite a bit at max rank. I think it's like half your HP or like 3/4 your HP as a heal. It comes in huge handy. I think it has like a 20-second cooldown. So that's that skill. The third one, I forget the name of the third one, but what it does is it gives you a passive buff which increases your move speed and attack speed. And your move speed and attack speed increase as the rank gets higher. And what its active ability does is you kill one of your minions, and everyone around you, all your champions around you, your friendly champions, they get your passive buff also for, I think it's 10 seconds. So when you're chasing or you're in a huge group fight, team fight as they call it, and you're by one of your creeps, shoot one of your creeps and your team gets a significant bonus. It's like, how should I say it? It's like, if you guys play World of Warcraft, it's like Bloodlust that Shaman use. It's huge. It's such a big help. But so those are my 4 skills. Oh, and my ultimate, like I just talked about earlier. But the hero in my lane that I'm going up against is Tristana, and she is one of the greatest carry heroes in the game, in my opinion. Right here, I use my ultimate because I saw that they were having trouble and they wanted to kill one of them. And by placing it where I did, it made Twitch back up, and it made the new hero, which I'll get into in a second, Mordekaiser, run up. So it split them, and it allowed Jax to jump on him and just get that kill, which really good. So as I was talking about Tristana, she's one of the biggest carry heroes. She has this gun, and every time she levels up, she increases her range. And after late game, if your team carries her well and she has a decent amount of kills and just farms her items, she could just rip 1v5 and just rip people to shreds. It's kind of insane. But so as you can see, I just used my teleport. It's a teleport that every hero has. It's called Recall. I think it's like a 10-second cast or like an 8-second cast, and it brings you back to your base so you could buy. And then I use my teleport to get back into the lane as soon as possible so that I can begin farming again. And what the build I'm using, it's God, I'm trying to remember now. it's using 3 Avarice Blades. And what Avarice Blades do is they increase your crit rate and also give you 5 gold every 10 seconds. So by 3 of them, it's 15 gold every 10 seconds, which is good for farming, and it makes my gun, my parlay skill that I'm shooting, crit. And it's pretty much a one-hit kill on all the creeps. And it does a huge, significant amount of damage late game, especially with your rune pages. And I'll explain what all that is as time goes on in this video. But for right now, that's going to be the end of part 1. There's about 4 parts in this video, 3 or 4 parts, and this is going to be the end of part 1. And part 2, I'm going to finish talking about the background of the game and explain what exactly is going on. So stay tuned for part 2, and see you there.